Hello, fellow future teachers. Does the achievement gap have you worried? Do not fret. You can have great success at narrowing the gap by following these 4 steps. Step 1. Detrack the classroom. Create a heterogeneous mix in your class. Mix your high, medium, and low students together. Students in a low track become aware of the label. They stop trying and become disruptive. William Johnson, the superintendent of Rockville Center District, changed the middle school math from tracks to a heterogeneous mix, all taking the accelerated math. From this change, 90% of all incoming freshmen passed the region's math examinations. This was an increase from 23% of minorities passing to 75% of minorities passing. Step 2. Challenge all students. Burris and Wellner said, when all students, those at the bottom as well as the top, have access to first-class learning opportunities, all students' achievement can rise. We need to believe all our students can succeed. In order to do this, we need to provide them with instructional support during class time and be available at other times. We need to closely monitor the struggling students' progress. This will help us determine how much support is needed. Step 3. Create a classroom culture. Our classroom culture must be compatible with our students' home and peer cultures. To accomplish this, we need to know each of our students. What cultural differences should you be aware of? Jordan gave an example of Hawaiian children. In their culture, when a child has done something wrong, the child is expected to listen silently with their eyes lowered and not to respond. This is different from the expectation of looking a teacher in the eyes and giving an explanation. We can hold each student to their own cultural norm. We also need to adjust our educational practices and strategies. Jordan explained how Navajo children work best in small groups of the same sex peers. Find what works best for the cultures in your class. Students who feel the classroom is a safe learning environment are more likely to succeed. Step 4. Non-bias testing. Create your tests free of cultural bias. When making tests, use wording and objects not specific to a group. Sosa gave an example of a test asking students to identify a picture of a casserole. Not all children would know what a casserole is. If you notice questions with a cultural bias on a standardized test, report them to your school official or the testing agency. Remember, create a heterogeneous classroom. Challenge all your students. Create a classroom culture aligned with your students' culture, and create bias-free tests. Hooray! You are ready to conquer narrowing the achievement gap in your class.
Created using Powtoon.